Hello, everybody! Hope everybody had a very lovely Indigenous Day, weekend with their family, eating everything and anything you can get your hands on, because that's what it's really all about, being a glutton. Being a glutton. Great. Anyway, so in spirit of Thanksgiving, or the Indigenous Day weekend, I thought we could focus on gratitude this week. I know when I've ever seen people talk about gratitude or, the practices, it can be a little intimidating because you feel like you have to sit down, you have to light candles, you have to be in the perfect mood, nobody can interrupt you, you have to, it's like a Hollywood fictitious version of what's going on. You do not have to be like that. It's as simple as waking up in the morning, and before you start your day, before you start running around doing all the fun things, name 3 things that you are grateful for, thankful for, whichever. Can just be as simple as, I'm very thankful I woke up this morning. I'm thankful I live in a safe area. I'm thankful or grateful that I have a roof over my head. Something is very simple, as simple as that. It doesn't have to be super intricate. I know writing it down too can be intimidating. Like, it's just, I have to write the soliloquy of what I'm grateful for and whatever. It doesn't have to be ready to publish. I think that's the simplest way I could say it. Not everything that you write, even in a journal, is ready to publish. Sometimes you just gotta scroll shit out, get it out of your head, whatever. It doesn't even have to make sense. I look back at some of my journal, I'm like, I literally have no idea what I was trying to say there. But at the time, it made sense, right? So it can be, if you're more of a journal person, use a journal. If you just want to, say it in your head, say it out loud, think it as you're brushing your teeth, driving your kids to school, driving to work, whichever. You can even do it throughout the day. I find when I get super irritated with something at work or during the day, I try and think of 3 things, or at least one thing that I'm thankful for or grateful for, and it changes my mood. It completely changes, the way that your brain operates. So if you do that enough times, your brain will actually switch, because our brains keep working regardless of how we feel throughout the day. Sometimes they do still work, and they're always changing, they're always rewiring. I mean, even when you get older, you're like 80 or so, something as simple as that each day is really good for the brain. Going for a walk, even disconnecting, it doesn't have to be a marathon. Just can be a simple walk down the block, get out of the house, just get your mind right, anything like that. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be like an hour commitment of sitting down and writing out your deepest, darkest thoughts, anything like that. It's as simple as 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at lunch, whatever. So get in the practice of even doing it. Try like twice a week. You don't have to commit to it every day. Just try and do it twice a week, whenever you think of it, whenever you remember to do it. Just do it. It's as simple as that. And this is the same kind of practice with meditation. I know going into meditation or listening to what people were saying about meditations, even some of the meditation apps and things like that, some of them are half an hour long. That's a huge commitment for some people. And by the time you get done work or school or just life in general, sometimes even 15 minutes seems like the longest commitment in the world. So, and with meditation, the common misconception is your mind has to be completely clear. You have no thoughts, you're completely zen, you're completely silent in your head. And that is not what happens. Sometimes you are silent in your head. It just kind of depends on what happens through the day or where your brain's at. And sometimes your mind does not stop racing. And with the practice, it's just about sitting down, relaxing your body, and focusing in on those thoughts. Because sometimes those thoughts are important things that we forget about, right? So even if you have like a little piece of paper or a journal beside you, if something comes up and you need to break your meditation, to write it down like, oh shit, I forgot I needed to do this, just do that. You don't have to be completely torn away from the world and in a different realm or anything like that. It's just as simple as sitting down and listening to your mind. I know at night, if I don't do that and then I go straight to bed, then because your body has finally slowed down from the day and you've taken time to relax, that's when everything starts racing in from the day. And then you don't sleep very well, right? So by doing that before bed or throughout the day, it can almost eliminate that happening before you try and sleep, and then you get better sleep, right? So that practice, again, you don't have to commit to sitting down for an hour a day, being, incense everywhere, candles lit, the settings is perfect. Absolutely not. You can even do it like I did it right now. I'm on break. I needed 5 minutes. You can just sit there, close your eyes. You can even keep your eyes open. Just quiet your body. Try and quiet your mind if thoughts come in. Kind of acknowledge them. Maybe, a message is coming through like, oh, I need to do this, or, oh, I need to remember to do this. That's fine. It's just about the practice of sitting and just being. And that will come with the gratitude practice too, right? Like you sit there and you just think. And sometimes your gratitude practice can be your meditation. Like that could just be things you want to focus on. So you're having a really stressful day and you're trying to be positive. Just, you can sit there for 5 minutes. Just think of all the good things that are happening in your life, or, all the good things that have happened or are going to happen, things like that. So, but again, reiterating, meditation does not mean your mind is quiet. And it differs from day to day. Say you had a really good meditation one day and then your meditation is crap the next day. That's just how it's going to be. And the more people recognize that, I think the better, because it does get frustrating and disheartening when you feel like you're not like doing it right. There is no right way to meditate. There's no right way to do gratitude. Just whatever feels best for you. You don't even have to write sunshine and rainbows all over your gratitude or think that. It doesn't always have to be that. It's just whatever you feel happy about, whatever you feel grateful for, or whatever you feel needs focus on that, right? So yeah, it's not this toxically positive experience. Most of us know that is absolutely not a reality. That's just not a thing, or it's not in our personalities, right? It is what it is. So whatever feels good for you that day, even if you say it angrily to yourself, like, I'm so thankful for this, you're still saying those words in your head, right? So it's just that common practice. And again, the meditation, you can do that anywhere. While you're waiting for your kids, while you're on break, just shut your eyes for a moment. While you're at school, like, it really doesn't matter. If you have 2 minutes, if you have 5 minutes, if you have 10 minutes, great. If you like guided meditations, I have the Insight Timer app. They're lovely. And they're free, which helps. I know some people, it helps. They have anywhere from 5 to like an hour, 5 minutes to an hour. So whatever works best for you, whatever feels right that day. Maybe you do have more time. Maybe you can sit down for an hour. Maybe it's more comfortable for you to lay down, but then you have to expect you'll probably fall asleep. So maybe put a timer on so you don't fall asleep. Or if you do fall asleep, then you'll wake up at least. Yeah, it's just about doing it. You don't have to do it perfectly each time. It's like going to the gym It's like going for a walk, whatever, right? You don't have to be an Olympic athlete each time that you do that. Just the fact that you're doing it is important. Even if you don't want to work out and you just want to stretch, you're still doing something active with your body. Same thing with your mind. We tend to forget that our mind needs work too. It needs workout too. It needs rest as well. Staying off our phones. We have so much screen time in our life now, whether it be for work or just personal. It's exhausting. It's a lot of information for our brain to intake. So just quiet it down. And that's the whole purpose of it. It can be a minute, it can be an hour. Doesn't matter. Just sit down with your thoughts, relax your body, just be. And given that we have so much to be thankful for, like, I know the monotonous parts of our day where like, this is bullshit, like, you know, it's so irritating and it snowballs, it can be really frustrating, but focusing on, you know, the good things is important too. Like I said, you don't always have to be sunshine and rainbows. You don't even have to be sunshine and rainbows at all. Just focus on some good things. Whatever works best for you, do that. There is no right way to do it. There's no table of contents in the meditation way of life that it has to fit everybody. Like, it's not one mold. It's not one anything. Everybody is different. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's experiences are different. So do what feels right to you. And you know what? Some people are good at things the first time they try it, but even Olympic athletes have their off days, right? So just remember that everybody has to start somewhere. You don't jump a whole staircase when you're trying to get up the stairs. You start one step at a time, just one step at a time. Once a week, twice a week, once a day, twice a day, whatever works best for you, whatever you have time for, just give it a go. Because why not? What's it going to do? Make you feel better? Maybe you learn stuff about yourself. Maybe you learn about your traumas or where you need to fix certain things in relationships, whatever, right? But our minds are so busy. It's just sensory overload in our lives all the time now, right? So just the practice of sitting down with ourselves, having that 5 minutes, whatever, I think is really good self-care, just regardless. And if you have lots of kids or you have a busy life, or, you know, your partner is around all the time or something like that, just telling everybody, I just need 5 minutes, leave me alone. I think that it's key. And I think we should take more time for ourselves in that sense too. It's just 5 minutes max if you want it to be. So it's not a huge commitment. I hope this helps. I hope it means something to at least one person. I know our lives are insane and even 10 minutes can seem like a lifetime, but get in the practice of it and it'll come way easier. Your life won't seem so overrun with activity or stress, and then we can calmly react to the things in our life because of that practice, right? So again, I hope it helps. Hope everybody has a wonderful week and enjoys the fact snow is coming. I'm so excited. But for the rest of you, maybe we do that gratitude practice before the snow comes so we're not all miserable. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. See you next week.